All right, it's October 30th, and I'm here with Lorena. We have our own little meeting, Lorena.
I love it.
Lorena's in her pajamas, and I'm barely out of the shower. My ears are still wet. So, anyway, good to have you guys on. We're at the end of October. Hopefully, everybody has done their business plan for 2024. If you haven't, you're behind the eight ball. Because as you know, our businesses run in 90-day cycles. And so if you started today, you're going to be 1 month into 2024. So let's get those done and get our goals set so we know exactly where we're headed for next year. Remember what Jim Rohn said, Lorena, about it's not the direction of the wind, it's the setting of the sail, right? And so getting that business plan done, getting your goals written down where you can see them every day, that's the setting of the sail. It doesn't matter what the economy looks like. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. You know, if we set our goals and just put our minds to it, we can accomplish anything. It doesn't matter what all the external factors are, really. 8% interest rates, whatever you want to call it. So, all right, I've got a few things I want to run through. We're going to make this short and sweet this morning so we can get back to work. But I am recording this video because I want to make sure the team gets a copy of it a little bit later for those, obviously, for the vast majority. The only super cool agent is on the Zoom this morning. That's all that matters. So anyway, all right, couple things. One, referral brokerage. I saved an agent recently who was just going to hang up his cleats because he, just wasn't really going yet into real estate. He's still kind of frustrated, whatever. But I just want to make sure everybody knows that we have a referral brokerage where you can literally for $50 a month, not 85, but $50 a month, you can hang your license. It's with the commercial brokerage of EXP, not the residential brokerage. And you can just hang your license there and you can still participate in revenue share. You can still collect revenue share checks. You just can't sell houses. You can refer everything and get your 25% referral fee. But it's a better option than quitting. Certainly. And so I just want to make sure everybody knows about that. Not that we want everybody to go hibernate over in a referral brokerage because that's ridiculous. You have so many people. I have to remind people all the time, especially new people, we have that app, My EXP app. And if you go on there, there's a certain little area where you can click on it and it literally shows you the 7 people above you, your sponsor and everybody above them. And I talked to this young man last week and I shared with him, I said, that list of people, every single one of them makes money every single time you sell a house. So if you ever need help, you've got 7 champions, plus he had a couple others that are willing to help you. So there's no reason to go, camp out somewhere, not do anything just because you're not, you don't feel like you have the support or whatever. The support is there. You've just got to be willing to ask for it, right? So referral brokerage 2, and I didn't pull up the dates, but I think it's March 4th through the 8th. Lorena, I'd love to have you and your hubby come to Cabo if you guys can make it. That was a life-changing experience for me and Jennifer. It was so much fun. The event is so cool the way they do it because it's like work hard, play hard. You go in and you have, all these maybe 1 or 2 sessions. I think it's just like 1 session a day in the morning, and then you go play the rest of the day. So we just go bam, 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 all these incredible presenters, and it's all growth related. Cabo is all about building an empire. And so it's very much, at least Lorena, you and I, it's our language because it's something you and I are very familiar with and had a long career in network marketing. So Cabo is coming up, guys. You can get your tickets now, get registered. It's cabo2024.com. Want to make sure you know about that. The resort is all inclusive, 5-star. We stayed there last year. It was incredible. I think this year we're going to trim just for the expenses part of it. We're going to trim it. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we're going to trim one day. We're either going to come in a little bit late just so we can save, because it's about 500 something bucks a night to stay at this resort. And you're there for 4 or 5 days if you go the whole time. But I remember I told Jennifer, I'm like, we really didn't need to come in this early for the opening party because they have an epic party at the end. That's the one you want to be there for, is the one at the end. But anyway, Cabo, it's a life changer. It's Brent Gove. He puts on the best events ever. He reminds me so much of Dave Savola, Lorena, just the way he talks and his passion and all that. So All right. Also, I sent a text message out. Lorraine, I know you're on it. Team Freedom is officially established, and we've got a number of agents that have opted on to Team Freedom. Phil Ramos, Antran, Sherry Bernstein, Arthur Gonzalez, Lorena Gonzalez, they're your cousin right there. Christian Johnson and Uma Subramanian. She is also part of Team Freedom. And so and actually Aiden Ortiz as well. He just joined last week late. So just a reminder, guys, on Team Freedom, there's no change. You still have your $16,000 cap. You don't pay anything to me. You still can go out there and get your icon. It just gives us a little bit of a, kind of a unit, a family unit here that we can all help each other and push each other forward a little bit. So, and from a, recognition standpoint, it's nice too. So Team Freedom, if you are a new agent and you're hearing this video and you're not on, let me share my screen so everybody can see this. If you're a new agent and you're not on this list, you are literally choosing right here, this list right here, you're literally choosing on your first 3 deals to give EXP 20% more of your commission on top of the 20 you're already going to give them. So you're choosing to be at a 60-40 split instead of an 80-20 split. That's one of the key reasons why I wanted to organize this team, is because the company changed their policy, and now it allows me to add agents to the team without them having to go to a mentor. First of all, half the mentors in this company, it's questionable whether or not they're really, they really care about their position, what they do. They're not, half of them aren't very passionate. So I would much rather make sure that we mentor our family as opposed to somebody else. But anyway, Team Freedom's up and going. You don't have to pay that extra 20%. So if you're a new agent, kind of crazy not to just send me an email. That's all you got to do. Just say, Tony, I want to join Team Freedom. And then I'll forward it on to the team integration specialist, Mackenzie, and she will add you to this little roster, and that will put you officially on Team Freedom Global Real Estate. So I just want to make sure I touched on that. And then last but not least, I want to switch over to this. Let's do this. Let me just walk you guys through this little process here. So for those of you that don't know Brent Gove, you probably haven't been with EXP very long, because he passed up Rob Flick. So he is now the #1 agent attraction agent at EXP. He's the #1 income earner in the world. I'd love to see Brent's check now. It's got to be close to $2 million a month at this point, if not more. But anyway, Brent Gove's got a great website. We're not part of Brent's team. He's a good friend of mine, but he's got a great website, and I encourage you guys to use it. There's a lot of really good stuff on here. There's real estate training, his agent attraction stuff, media, all the upcoming events. So if you clicked on this, it would take you right to the global events page. You can click on learn more, and it's going to bring up all of his events. So here's the business planning clinic. Here's the Maui 24 event going on January 28th through February 4th. If you want to go to the Maui Mastermind, and then the One Big Fire down in Cabo, there it is, March 4th through the 9th, Cabo 2024. So you can go on his site and look at all of those events. And frankly, I think Brent's events are the best events in the company. He just knows how to do events. He learned all that at Amway. I'll say it. He won't, but I will. He was actually an Emerald at Amway. But this agent attraction link is really kind of where I wanted to go. Just click on the agent attraction link, go down here to resources, click on that. And then where is it? Event in the box. Oh no, I think it's on here somewhere, but I know what I did. Let's see. What did I do? I went to YouTube. I'll show you guys this link. It's in that website somewhere. I'm just not going to take the time to find it. Is this what I need? There we go, Brent Gove. Here. There it is. Okay, so if you guys can, I don't know if you can copy this.
What are passive income on the side?
let
We
this
have
go.
two options. Option number one,
This is
high
the
level producing.
this is the link right here, guys. You can find it on YouTube. Subscribe to Brent's channels, but it's called The System. So if you just go to YouTube and type in Brent Gove, The System, you'll find it. It's a 19-minute video, and it's just so good. I just watched it last week. I think it might have been my first time. It seemed like I'd watched it once before, but It's so good because it resonates with me. Lorraine, I'm talking to you right now because you're the only one on here, but it really resonates with me because it's in alignment with everything that I've been taught in my professional career of network marketing. And so to me, it's like, yes, yes, and yes. Brent really talks a lot about, the system. That's what it is. And about how to use three-way calls and, how to approach people and what to say and how to overcome objections. And, and I'm really wanting to talk about this right now. I'm glad you're on here, Lorena, because, and I might have shared this with you already. And if I did, I apologize, but I reached out to Scott Lewis a couple months ago. He's my sponsor. And I said, man, I just don't understand why our team doesn't understand the power of passive income, residual income. I just got nobody's building, here except for me. It seems like, and he's in his response, he texted me back, you just haven't found the right leaders yet. And, that was like, can you give me something better than that? I need something like, give me some how-to stuff. But the point he was making is, Lorena, that's the whole thing we talk about. You just got to keep working the numbers until the cream rises to the top. Your cream, you just have had family stuff you got to deal with. So I know your time's coming. But the point is, this is one of the first times that I can remember since I started with EXP. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with 8% interest rates and all that. But we're going into whale hunting season right now. But this is the very first time that I can remember where it shows all the new agents that have joined our team the last 30 days. Right now, it's a big fat goose egg. So not one person has joined EXP on this team in the last 30 days. And to me, that's going backwards. That's not going forward. So this call today is a call to action for everybody watching this video. And I'm sending it out to the whole dadgum team. So I hope everybody watches it. But this is a call to action, guys. We got to get going. We got the best brokerage on the planet. For those of you that don't realize that, by the way, some of you guys, your for sale signs, you need to change those things, man. Get rid of those little signs that have EXP this big where you can barely see it. Are you ashamed to be at EXP? Come on. You got to make that big and bold, the logo. Like everywhere else, you want to make it small, but not at EXP. You want everybody to know. Put magnets on your car, decals, flags, whatever it takes. You want to promote it. And so you got to be passionate about EXP and, let the world know that you're passionate about it. And if you're not, go stick your finger in a light socket or something, get fired up because we're right now, this is the time. And anybody that's been around with, this block a time or two in real estate, that what I'm saying is true. We're going into the slower season for most markets. Arizona kind of seems to, stay busy all year because of the weather, but we're going into the slower market, October, November, December, wintertime, January, February. So this is a perfect time. Psychologically, there are thousands and thousands of real estate agents out there right now that are scratching their head going, should I move to a different brokerage? Because they're scared about what's coming. They're scared about what they've just been through. They're questioning whether or not their broker is giving them the support they need. They're just trying to figure out, is there a better way to build the income, right? And so they're all looking around right now. This is like the perfect time. And if you follow this system, the way Brent teaches it, he takes the opportunity away from people before he even tells them what the opportunity is. He'll say, look, stay at RE/MAX, stay at Keller Williams. I don't want you to leave. I just want you to give me your opinion. Just watch this video and tell me what your thoughts are, right? And he uses the modelexplained.com. I still think it's the best. The hardest problem that you've got with the modelexplained.com is the fact that it's 35 minutes long. And you've got to figure out a way to get them to watch it. So if you watch this video, the system, how to attract agents, Brent will teach you the best way to get them to watch the video is to be there with them, either on Zoom or right there knee to knee. And Bob and Lorena, you had one of your agents, as I was telling you earlier, Bobby Joe, on last week, and she and I watched this video together on Zoom. And while I was watching it, I was literally laughing and bobbing and nodding. I go, oh, that's awesome. Kind of really into the video, right? And it was infecting Bobby Joe. Like you could tell. And I told her later, I said, look, if I was there with you, I would have been bumping your shoulder. I would have been, you see that? Can you believe that? I couldn't do that on Zoom, but I wanted to do all that I could to show her that I'm passionate about this. And the only way that we're going to attract people to EXP is if our passion shows through, not our, not our aggressiveness, not like, we're going to get this agent till they sign up. No, it's just our passion, our enthusiasm. That's what's going to attract people. That and our production, obviously. If you're a major producer in real estate, you got a great opportunity to share that with the world and attract all these agents that want to be you when they grow up because they're struggling, right? So, but whatever it is, I wanted to make sure that we address this because right now we're at 0, and I know we can do better than that, frankly. I know I can do better than that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 right now: Tom Harrison, Lord Russell, Shivani Shah, and then one more that I forgot to put up on my list. 4 in my pipeline right now, but that should have about 40 in my pipeline. I've really taken time off too to enjoy my new marriage and all that, and I haven't really worked as hard as I probably should have. But I told my wife while we were on our cruise, when I get home, you're going to see a different Tony because he's going to go back into his crazy work ethic, Tony, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm putting the hammer down, and we're going to go to work, and we're going to continue to build this empire. And guys, if we have an opportunity here to build a $50,000 a month residual income, why aren't we taking advantage of that? We have hundreds of agents making 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month at EXP. There's not a single, matter of fact, you can go right here. I don't know if you got, maybe Lorena, you don't know this, but if you go to exprealty.com/income, you click on that go to that website. This actually gives you our income disclosure statement. You can download it right here. And this will actually break down exactly who's making what. So it gives you the revenue share chart, all the information about that. And then here it is, agent compensation. So let's just go down here and look. Between $50,000 and $100,000, this would be a year. Yeah, commissions for 2022. We have 12.81 agents at 62,160 are making somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000 a year. Now, if we jump up here, we have 100,000 to 500,000. Just divide that by 12 months, right? 100,000 would be $8,333.33 times 12 is 100 grand, right? That's why I know that because I know what it takes to become a millionaire, $83,333 a month. But if you look at that, there's 8,666 agents that are earning between $100,000 and $500,000 a year in residual income at EXP. I never saw those numbers in my 20 plus years in network marketing. And I was with a big company. Lorena, you were with that same company. These are extraordinary numbers. You look at $500,000 to $1 million, there's 601 agents that are in that ballpark. So it's just, we got to really take this a little bit more seriously and put our hammer down and get out there and talk to agents, but use the system, guys. The reason I think we're not growing is because I haven't been teaching how important it is to use this system, because if you don't have a system, it doesn't duplicate. You come to a grinding halt like we've done as a team. So we're going to get back to using that. You expose, make the list, expose, follow up, do a 3-way call, let the 3-way calls person do all the heavy lifting. They'll answer all the questions, handle the objections, and take them to the next step. And in this business, you got to remember that recruiting or agent attraction is not a one and done. It's, if you think about a line with a little dot, a little bump on the line about every 2 or 3 inches, you need about 5 to 7 of those little bumps along this recruiting line to get from here, exposure, to here, closure. There's about 5 to 7 what we call exposures. And that might be, themodelexplained.com. It might be a lunch and learn. It might be a 3-way call. But it's not a one and done. Recruiting is a series of exposures. It's a series of events. And so we've got to take people to the next step. And so when you're setting up a 3-way call with your business partner, for example, you've got to be thinking like a chess player, what's the next step? What's the next play? And what's the next play after that? Like, have a plan. If she does this, we're going to do that. If she does this, we're going to do that. Right? So have a plan and know what is the next step after you expose them to a 3-way call or a video what are your next little bumps on that line to get them to join EXP to build that, to build your revenue share organization. So that's all I have for today. We'll keep it short and sweet. Lorraine, I'll open it up if you want to say anything or ask any questions before we go. That'd be great.
It's just not this again. I mean, like me and you, we've been in this industry for a while, so we kind of know about it, but it's nice to hear it again because I mean, I've been out of the loop with like recruiting and everything, but I need to hear that sometimes. So it's nice that you're bringing that up, and I'm gonna look into his website and check out that video for the system and all that. So I'm excited
Good.
to see that.
You'll love it. And you've got Bobby Joe, you didn't even know, but she reached out, sent me a text and said, I'd really love to meet with you to learn more about how to do agent attraction. And so we met for an hour and a half last week, and she's ready to go, and it's not about, she told me that she really wanted to recruit her mentor at Keller Williams. And I said, you got to think bigger than that, that she could be a big fat no, and you got to think through that no and who's going to be the next person that you're exposing. So it's always, you're always putting people in the pipeline, and you'll like that video if you haven't watched it, Lorena, because it sings our song. It's the same sheet of music that we've been singing from for a long time. But there's just, we got to remind people there's no residual income in selling houses. There's none. So you're just always unemployed. So why not? I feel bad for all these agents that have joined EXP a year ago that haven't sold a house. They've been paying $85 a month, and they haven't done one flipping three-way call with me. They could have been earning money all along the way without selling houses, just by bringing a few agents over to EXP that are already selling houses. It's like built-in annuity stream of income if we'll just get off our little heinies and get out there and start, sharing the model, explain, and showing that video to people, watching it with them. That's kind of my approach on Zoom. If I can get someone on Zoom, I just say, hey, look, what's your time frame? Do you have an hour with me? Is that okay? Great. We're going to watch a 35-minute video, and we're going to spend the next 15 minutes talking about it. Is that all right? Great. Boom. And that's how we do it. And then if they're a 7 through a 10, that's how I sort people. 7 through 10, they're going to a three-way call. 5 to 6s, I'm going to take it away, do that old shoot, sorry, you didn't make the cut. I only work with 7s or above, right? And sometimes they'll move themselves up to a 7, and I'll schedule a three-way call. And
I remember that. That's a nice reminder. Thank you for that.
The 1 through 4s, I just say, thanks for watching the video and have a nice life. I get away as fast as I can.
Yeah.
So,
well, the Keller Williams agent that I was supposed to meet with today, she's already knows what she's doing in real estate. She's just kind of fed up with all the trainings Keller Williams has and all the events. I mean, they're nice to socialize, but they're not money producing activities,
right.
And that's what I told her. I said, when you have kids and you have all these things going on, you don't want to show up to every single training in person that they have, because they're in person.
Yep.
So one thing that I told her, like I said, well, we're kind of easy here in EXP, we do everything virtual, and she's wanting to get some mentorship for commercial because I think she might have a commercial deal, but Keller Williams will charge you 25% mentorship on that. I mean, they literally rip you off just to mentor you on the deal. Here I'm doing a deal for like 10%, and that's because I kind of do needed a help, but the mentor that I have here, he said, Lorena, next time we'll just do 5 because you really know what you're doing already on the buying side, for commercial.
Yeah.
So I kind of caught her attention, and we were supposed to have lunch today at 12, but she's in Dallas, Texas, and her flight got delayed. And anyways, we're trying to reschedule that. So I don't know. She averages about, I would say about 20 deals a year.
Those are the best, the very best agents to recruit, Lorena.
Yeah.
You can change her life dramatically, and she can change yours as well. Maybe
and you know how I met her? She staged, because she does a staging business too.
Oh yeah.
She staged my house that I put on the market on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So I went with her just to kind of see what she was doing. And literally, I mean, we've been friends on Facebook for a long time, but I didn't know that she was doing staging, and I needed a stager right away. So that's how I met her. And I told her, I said, well, Keller Williams is great, but as soon as I mentioned the part that you have to go through all these trainings all the time, she was like, I know, my gosh, like she was kind of annoyed by it, because I was the short 3 months that I was there. It was like so many things. Like, it's like, come on, that's not gonna make me money. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna make me money. So it's just too much. So so anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. I mean,
yeah,
She's yeah, she works with a lot of investors too, so it's pretty cool.
Well, you can win most people over here just with your enthusiasm. If people
Oh.
believe you're convicted, they can feel your conviction, they're coming, right? That it's like 9/10 of the challenges, and we got to teach agents how to get passionate, how to get fired up, because no one's going to come over to EXP if you like, what do you think?
Right.
Watch the video. It's like,
You know,
who wants to be attracted to that? Nobody.
and a lot of the times when I share about my experiences, like tomorrow I have a showing for a commercial property, the seller's willing to do seller financing, half of it. The property is 1.3, so they only have to do a loan for what, 600,000?
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna show it tomorrow, and it's off market. So whenever I say that, they're like, "How do you do that? How do you do that?" So I'm like, "Okay, that actually like brings a lot of attention, when I say those words." Because they're like, "Well, how do you find these people?" Like, so it's like, okay, well, I have something to share, but if you want all the goodies, then come over and work with me.
I love it. I love it. Well, I know your day's coming because you're a recruiter. You know how you've just had a lot of life stuff.
Well, and honestly, Tony, I really want to just focus with my daughters until they graduate high school, because
I don't blame you.
they're 14. I mean, I only have 4 years left with them. Like, I want to value each minute with them. The moment they're out of this house and they're adults, I'm gonna have to get really busy, because I'm the kind of person that if I'm not busy, not doing something, my mental health goes like this.
You're gonna have to cover up that separation anxiety too.
So, oh yeah, I would go crazy if I don't have anything to do. So right now I'm very occupied with my daughters, my dad, and everything. But once that's done, then I'm gonna have to just go all in, and I'm really excited for that day, because I know it's gonna be amazing. I just know, and having you by our side is really such a blessing. To have you as my mentor and everything. And a lot of people don't realize the value that you bring to the table, Tony, because you've been around for such a long time. I mean, we're very fortunate to have you. We really are.
No, thank you.
I mean, we don't find a leader like you all the time. People
Uh,
can't do that,
Thank you. And I'm praying for
I'm
you.
serious. I'm dead
Well,
serious when I
thank
say
you. I
that.
appreciate that. And for everybody that's watching this, pray for Lorena and her family, her dad, her cousin. She's got some, kind of crazy family health issues going on. So definitely keep her and her family in your thoughts and prayers. So appreciate you, Lorena. Love you tons and tons.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you
Thank you.
again. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you for your leadership. I'm really thankful for you.
I'm honored. Thank you so much, Lorena. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Have a great day, and say hi to everybody for me, and
Same right
we're
back
here.
to you. All right.
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
soon.
much.
See
Take
you
care,
guys
Tony.
next
Okay,
Monday morning,
bye-bye.
10 a.m. Mountain. We'll be back here. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.